Hey everybody, Steve Jackson back here again with you. This time I'm going to do my top 5 movies of the last decade, 2000 through 2009. I know a lot of people will probably be like, well hey Steve, the new decade actually hasn't started yet. It doesn't start till 2011, but hey, I ain't trying to hear all that, you know, whatever. I gotta say it was an okay decade for movies. A lot of bad movies came out though. You know, a lot of Will Ferrell movies. I don't know. I gotta say though, the last few years of Oscars got it right though. Slumdog, and some titles I'm about to name for Best Picture in that department. There's about, you know, at least 1 or 2 good movies per year, I gotta say. Although Hollywood, you know, obviously bankrupt on ideas. A lot of remakes, a lot of TV show movies, a lot of crap. A lot of dark tint to movies too. I don't know if you ever noticed. Watch Talladega Nights. Speaking of Will Ferrell, there's a real like dark tint to it, which I know will not age well. You know, 10, 20 years from now on, people will look back like, it's that 2000's grit to that movie. It sucks. It's a dark tint. I think it has something to do with the blacks of the, you know, the new TVs and all that, some kind of ratio aspect. But hey, let's quit gabbing and get started. Now, number 5, I gotta go pull my gay card and show you a movie which is actually based on a musical. Well, it's a musical term movie, which I never saw the actual musical play until after I saw the movie, because I liked the movie so much. I was like, wow, it has great music, wonderful cast, a lot of memorable songs, and me being a musician and all, of course, that turns me on. And I gotta say, 2005's Rent was awesome. I went to see it twice in the theater, and has some pretty heavy subject matter, you know, AIDS, homelessness, and other things. But it's a very uplifting movie. It takes place, if you don't know about it, it takes place the end of 1989 through early 1990 in New York City. A bunch of artists and yeah, I guess you call them all artists. One guy, you know, and people with heroin problems, gay people, drag queens. They're all friends, and stuff happens. People find love. People die. You know, but you know, you gotta go into it with an open mind. It's not for you know most dudes I can't see watching this. You gotta have a real open mind for like the theater, and really suspend your disbelief to get into musicals, which I'm not too huge on, but they're all right. Rent is awesome. I highly recommend it. Wonderful songs, really good uplifting movie, and yeah, this is like the 2-disc special edition. One complaint though on this DVD, I mean, they could have used the actual movie poster. That's terrible. Look at that. Horrible. They're even doing that worse on Blu-rays, like making a whole new cover. It's like, why not just use the original movie poster? It looks great. Braveheart is especially one, though I'm not a fan of that movie. That was number 5, Rent. Number 4 is a movie that I didn't really find out about until about 3 or 4 years after it had been out already. The movie was a definite flop in theaters, but found a really big audience on home video. This is 2001's Donnie Darko, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Maggie Gyllenhaal. Drew Barrymore looking terrible, although she looks great as a blonde. This is the Blu-ray. I actually got it for $10. Check that out. Has both editions. Now the director, who hasn't really done shit since this movie, is he made a little director's cut, which is terrible, and thankfully they kept the theatrical cut on here too. Him and Kevin Smith do a little commentary on the director's cut, I believe. Yeah, director. Yeah, on the director's cut. A lot of added in pointless scenes, and really brings down the feel of the movie, and a lot of fucking up on the music. As far as switching songs around and adding new songs in, bad after you've seen the original theatrical cut. This movie is about a guy named Donnie Darko who goes back in time essentially to save a girl that he falls in love with in this universe. He basically saves her to create an alternate reality in which she lives and he dies. That's, I can basically sum it up. Patrick Swayze's in this, one of his greatest roles, just died recently. But yeah, Donnie Darko, I highly recommend it. And yeah, I'm sure it's a cult classic, pretty much. I know it's a cult movie now. But great movie. Moving on to number 3 is another cult movie from 2000. And it's from, most people know him now as Batman, but Christian Bale in American Psycho is Patrick Bateman's hilarious, really dark comedy. This movie isn't for people who laugh at Will Ferrell movies, basically. It's more of a, it's taking a big laugh at 80s yuppie culture in Manhattan. And it's just full of hilarious moments. You'll never look at Huey Lewis the same, as Dave says. But yeah, it's really great. It is a horror movie, but it's not. It's more of a satire, I guess. I've never actually read the book, always meant to, but they say the book's even wilder. But this is by far Christian Bale's best role. He's a decent actor. But yeah, definitely check it out. 2000's American Psycho. Moving on to number 2 is the 2008 Best Picture winner. The Coen Brothers' No Country for Old Men. It's a modern western, pretty much, set in 1980 in Texas. What's the guy? What's his name? Josh Brolin comes across a drug dealer gone bad, finds some money and runs, in which he's being chased by Javier Bardem. Bad guy. He's been described as a cross between the Terminator and Hannibal Lecter, which is a great way to describe him. This movie has tons of atmosphere, really great tension setting, and it's just all-out good movie. Definitely awesome. One of the best Coen Brothers movies there is, along with Big Lebowski. And I totally love this movie. Saw it in the theater. It was great. No Country for Old Men. Check it out. And number 1 comes from one of my favorite directors. You know him for other movies such as Mean Streets, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and Casino. Highly underrated 90s movie Casino is. 2006 Martin Scorsese's The Departed. It's a Boston crime epic, I guess, if you will. Good cop, bad cop. Two men are Leonardo DiCaprio is undercover, Matt Damon is on the inside, and both dealing with the character Jack Nicholson plays. This movie, just you totally buy everything in it. It really proved to me Leonardo DiCaprio is a good actor. I liked him anyway. A lot of people rag on Leo, but I think he's a good actor. It proved to me how back when Basketball Diaries came out that he's a great actor. But yeah, The Departed. If you haven't seen it, you've been living under a rock. And this was the 2007 Best Picture of the Oscars. Yeah, definitely worth seeing if you haven't seen it. I don't know where you've been. Mark Wahlberg's awesome. All the supporting characters, tons of stars in this thing. Number 1 movie of the decade, 2006, The Departed. And who knows what's coming this decade? I kind of have some things I'm looking forward to. Some things I'm not looking forward to. Very much looking forward to the new Freddy Krueger movie coming out on the 30th of April. But yeah, this is, better late than never. My top 5 movies of the 2000s. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Jackson. I'll see you next time.